officer at revolutionize.com. And I am the author of the Ultimate Guide to Digital Marketing for Roofers. If you want to learn marketing, how to get more leads and sales for your company, I literally put the book on it. And this is exactly the blueprint of what we do for our clients right here. Okay. All right, so yes. All right, so real quick, who am I? Chief Marketing Officer of revolutionize.com. I'm also the author of the Ultimate Guide to Digital Marketing for Roofers, like I said. Member of RCAT, RCAT, so forth. We just joined RCAT just recently, in the past 6 months or so. Our mission is basically to help roofing companies double the size, in the next 5 years. So, I'm father of 3. I've got 3 kids. One in Texas State. We were talking about that earlier. Got one that's a sophomore in high school. Both of those, the sophomore is almost an Eagle Scout, the other one is an Eagle Scout, so I'm super proud of them. And our daughter is in 7th grade. She tries to roll first. I've been in search engine optimization since '98, a really long time. And if you know your history of search engines, you know that that's actually before Google was released. So the first time that I tried to rank a website was my own website. I was in the military at the time, and I knew that when I was getting out of the military, I was going to be starting a web design firm in College Station. That's where I'm from. I was in College Station. And so I knew that we were going to be moving back, and I decided, well, I really need to beat my competition. I got to get salesman, right? So I knew at that time Google had gotten really, really popular by 2000, 2001. I knew that's where I would need to focus my energy on. So I was learning how to rank websites at that time, my own website. When I got to College Station, started up my business, built a website, and got it ranked within about 6 months. And basically, I just reverse engineered what my competition was doing, okay? And went out and did it better, because that's really what search engine optimization is all about, okay? And getting ranked on Google is the king of the hill, okay? You've got to do better than what the competition is doing. So I did that, and then decided, you know what? If I can get ranked for one website, what's going to stop me from getting ranked for 2 websites? Take up more spots on Google. So I turned around, I bought collegestationwebdesign.com and got that ranked. When I finished that, I decided, okay, I'm going to turn around and do the same thing with another one. So I bought Web Design College Station, right? Because that was my main keyword that I was trying to get ranked for and beat my competition on. And we basically watched, rinsed, and repeated until I had driven my entire competition off of the first page. If you're on the second page of Google, you don't exist, right? So what happened with that is that I kept getting the same people calling me when they were shopping around. And they're like, didn't I just talk with you? And I'm like, yes, let's build a website. So fast forward to about 2005 timeframe, and I was figuring out how to systemize what we were doing, because my clients came to me and asked me to do for them what we were already doing for ourselves. So I had to kind of really figure out, well, what's our process and how do I break it up and into pieces and have other people do this, because it couldn't just be me, it couldn't just be being one other person doing, ranking and all that kind of stuff. So that's my background, okay, is search engine optimization and web design. Along the way, since then, there's been all sorts of other things that have come along in the digital marketing space that we have gotten involved in and help our clients get ranked on and get more leads and sales into that. Now, one of the things, I went to A&M and studied marketing at A&M, but I figured out in that time frame that I really like building things, right? I'm a geek, so I built software to help us with these processes. But at the same time, I also, was like, I found out that I love building systems more than just about anything else. So what we're going to go over here today is a system that I wrote my book on, right? It's going to be a very high-level version of this book. If you want to get more information, you can obviously get the book. You can stay to the end. I'm going to give you the book. Okay? All right, so random fact about me, I love to smoke, test, and barbecue. If you want to talk about smoking briskets, I'm your man. I will talk about that all day long, and the best ways to do that. Okay? And I'm on a mission to double the size of 100 roofing companies by 2028. Okay, so that's our mission of roofingsites.com. Okay, so we've got a problem in the roofing industry, a huge problem. There's just too many choices. It's too easy for people to enter this market and to basically do what I was telling you that I did with my competition and just do it better. Okay? The problem with too many choices, though, for the consumer is that they don't know who they need to hire. Okay? And it has become harder and harder, especially since COVID lockdown. Consumer behavior has completely shifted away from trusting their neighbors and talking to neighbors to now they jump online to do online research. So if your online presence isn't spot on, they're going to go to your competition. Okay? And I say that you should be the choice versus a choice in your market, whatever market that is. You should be so omnipresent with your presence that it should be a no-brainer for them, right? You should be the choice versus a choice. Okay, so what we're going to go over today is what I call it's a machine, right? I talk about machines because, well, that's the jet that I worked on in the Air Force, the F-117. Machines work. Once you get them up and running, they work for the most part. Yes, sometimes they break and you've got to get them fixed, but for the most part, machines work. And to me, like I said earlier, is that a business is simply a collection of processes and systems. Okay? You've got systems for your operations, right? You've got systems for how you pay people, how you get paid, how you hire people. You've got systems for all these things, but I guarantee that your marketing system is probably broken. Okay? There's something that is broken about it that needs to be fixed. A couple of years ago, me and my team decided to call 1,000 roofing companies, right? And we did a survey, and at the time we were calling them audits, and we found out that we don't like audit, that word. Okay. But so we did 1,000 assessments, right? And what came out of that was a lot of research and a lot of things that I'll talk about a little bit here today on things that we noticed that y'all as an industry are doing completely wrong. Okay? All right, so machines work. We all agree on that. Machines actually work, right? And we want to make sure that your marketing machine is something that is a system that actually works day in, day out, 24 hours a day. One of the biggest problems that we found, right, in doing all those assessments and talking to 1,000 roofing companies nationwide is that most of their marketing is focused on tactics. It's not focused on a strategy. Okay, so what I'm going to give you all here today is a strategy. It's a framework. It's something that you can plug in and take things out as things stop working. Okay? So what is this? This is what I call our marketing machine. Okay? It is made up of 4 pillars. The base pillar is your reputation. We found through lots of trial and error, lots and lots of clients, that if your reputation stinks or is non-existent, nothing else that we do is going to make it matter at all. Okay? So what does that actually mean? Well, to me, that means you have to have a high conversion website, meaning that when people go to your website, that it actually has to convert, that it has to load fast, it has to load on this $1,000 machine that sits in everybody's pocket. Okay? It has to do those things, and it has to instill trust most of all. okay? The other one is online reviews. That's a no-brainer. You should be focused on online reviews at all times, okay? Because that is the basis of your reputation, right? We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. All right, the next pillar is reach. That's simply getting in front of more people today than knew about you yesterday. Simple, right? How do you do that? Well, for us, what we found that works is getting ranked on Google, right? SEO, Google Maps, Google Ads, Facebook Ads, content marketing, social media. We're going to dig a little bit deeper into all of these things here in a minute. But just know that this is where most marketing companies, most roofing companies are focused on. These are the tactics, okay? Now, this is a framework. So each of these pillars, if you get something right in each of these pillars, and if you get each of these pillars working correctly in your business, you're going to get leads in on a regular basis. Now, this is an evergreen system, and I call it an evergreen system because you can take things out that no longer work. Okay, so for instance, when I first went into business in 2001, everybody, Chamber of Commerce, all my friends, they told me that I needed to get an ad in the Yellow Pages. So I did it. Spent $800, a month for that, and paid them whatever it was. But the deal is I put a tracking number on that, right? These were brand new in the industry back then. The tracking number is just simply a number that tracks how many phone calls I can get. Okay? You know how many phone calls I got that year? So that was $800 a month I completely wasted, right? And I've proven this over and over and over again. The Yellow Pages don't get going on that, but that is no longer in my system. And actually, it really never truly was because I was always focused on Google, okay? And always have been focused on Google, and that's where I say that you should be focused on, okay? The next pillar is resell. This is, you're 8 times more likely to make a sale from somebody who's purchased from you before, right? Can we all agree on that? It's so much easier, is it not? So, but when I talk to roofers, and I talk to 4 to 5 roofing companies every single day, right, to assess their marketing, none of them have this right. Not a single one has this pillar right, okay? So, we want to reach back into the well, right, of the past customers that had positive experiences with us to cross-sell and upsell, right? To go back when there are hailstorms, right? And to make sure that we're omnipresent in their mind at all times, okay? Last pillar here is referral. Referrals, that's how we build our businesses to start with, right? That's how we actually build them, but yet the bigger that we get, the harder it is to actually implement that and keep that going, right? You as the business owner know what your referral system is, what your referral program is, right? And again, I talk to roofers all day long. The owners know what their referral program is, but when I ask them, do your customers know? Oh, well, is it on your website? Do my employees know? Do your employees know? No, not really. Okay, so you have to have a referral program that actually works. All right, so let's talk about that pretty quick. Let's fix your reputation. Right? Your reputation literally is everything. Right? Can we agree on that? And we want to make sure that as people look around and research you, because more people are researching today than ever before. Right? That $1,000 machine is sitting in their pocket, so when they're at the doctor's office, what are they doing? Right? When they are sitting in traffic, it's bad, it's a horrible example, but I see people doing it all the time, right? Whenever there's any kind of downtime, they're sitting on that $1,000 machine sitting in their pocket. One of those things that they're probably doing is that they've got to make a buying decision. What roofer should I contact? Let's go to Google, let's see. Okay? So you've got to fix your reputation. Number one thing that we have found that works on this is get more reviews. Get reviews on a steady basis. Every single job you should be asking for a review. Okay? You should be asking for a review in person. Back to that. You should be asking for it in person. You should also have a system that asks for you, okay? That does the work for you, that asks them several times for not only a review, but really just good customer service. How do you do it, right? And people are more likely to respond to that than, hey, leave us a review, okay? So ask, hey, how do you do? Send them to a page that has 1 to 5 stars. They click on it. It takes them to Google if it's over 4 or 5 stars. If it's less than 4 or 5 stars, that it brings up a form that goes to you. Okay? Now, I tell all of my clients, and I preach this, is that you should be doing this on every job, good or bad, right? So you know how your crews are doing. Number 2, it should be put in the hands of the bookkeeper and not the salespeople. Okay? Not your foreman. He's got too much on his plate. Okay? It should be, as you close out a job in the books, it should be part of your system. Okay? And so they just simply fill out a form or mark them. There's tons and tons of softwares that can do this kind of stuff for you. Okay? And we built one for our clients, and every single one of them know that after every single job, that's one of the things that they need to do. Okay? That helps them get better reviews. Next thing, fix your website, right? Again, going back to that $1,000 machine sitting in everyone's pocket, it's got to work on that. If your website does not work on that, you are sorely out of date. Meaning that you haven't updated your website in a decade because it has been standard practice for the past 10 years that your website works on mobile, okay, in the web design industry. Furthermore, your website should convert. It should instill trust, okay? We've tested this out. You've got to make it easy for them to contact you. You don't know how many websites that I go to, that I look at, and again, we looked at literally thousands of these roofing company websites. You don't know how many of these websites I go to, I have to search and really dig into their website to find their phone number. Why is that not number 1 up on top and clickable when you're on the mobile phone, right? It should be there. It should be easy to contact you. It should be easy to do business with you. Make it easy, okay? It should be fast. It should load within 3 seconds because people's attention spans are not getting any longer. If your website, and the latest research from Harvard Business Review says that if your website doesn't load in 3 seconds or less, people are bouncing. They're going to other websites. They're going to your competition. That's really where they're going to. Okay? So your website has to have that. Now, the other things that I like to see on websites, and I like to have my clients put on websites, are their job photos, because it shows that you are constantly working, okay? That you know your craft, that you're good at it. It also shows that you have plenty of business, right? And that they should do business with you. Your website should also have your online reviews. Leverage those things. You own those, right? And if you actually read through Google's terms of service, right, it says that you own that review. You can use it in any which way that you want to. Use it in every single fashion that you can possibly use it. Leverage it, okay? One of those ways to leverage it, I recommend, is on your website. Put those reviews out there. There's a lot that goes into fixing your website here, and we don't honestly have time for it at all, but those are the top things that I see, okay? Mobile phone number up in the top, make it easy for people to hire you, make sure it's fast, and add trust things, such as job photos as well as testimonies. All right, everyone with me so far? Step 2, reach more people. Okay? Get in front of more people today than in about yesterday. That's the second pillar. This is where the majority of people focus their energy and their money on. Sorry. So what should you do here? Well, I say, dominate Google. There are 4 main spots on the Google search engine result page when you search up roofing company. Okay? First spot is local service ads. These are Google guaranteed ads. We are getting a lot of leads right now for our clients through these types of ads. If you don't have these ads running, first of all, you don't have your budget maxed out, and you don't have someone actually working the leads that are coming in through that system, then you're missing out, because Google has placed more and more emphasis on local service ads than anything in the past year. And we're seeing a tremendous amount of leads come through that. You got to work the system, however. Okay, you got to max out that budget, i.e. spend $1,000 a week on that, depending on your market, depending on your budget. Okay, you can start small and grow it. But what local service ads are, is everybody familiar with Angie's Home Advisor? Right? Google's got into that space now. Okay? That local service ads are a pay-per-lead service. It's not a pay-per-click like their traditional Google ads. Okay? This is where someone fills out a form or calls you, right? It puts it in their system as a lead. They charge you for that. Okay? I see roofing companies all the time, though, neglect that system, the back end of the Google local ad system, and not mark those as booked. What happens is that Google then puts them a little bit further down the list there. Okay? The more that you work it, the more that you pay them, the more they're going to put you up on top. That's what we see that works really, really well. Okay? The next area inside every search engine result page is SERP is called Google Ads. This is traditionally what we all know as ads. You click on it, so the consumer clicks on it, you pay a certain amount for that click. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes your competition can go in there and click you out of your budget. If your budget is like $30 a day and it's $15 clicks, that's 2 clicks, that's easy to get you out of there. Okay? So what we tell our clients and what we run for our clients are call-only ads. Again, going back to that $1,000 machine, those ads only show on mobile phones. You're less likely to get clicked out of your budget, okay? And more likely to get a phone call from someone who wants to hire you. Google Maps is the next area, right? We all know what Google Maps is. It's a 3-pack. There's 3 listings, literally there. Sometimes there's 4 if there's an ad, that's being shown there. This is a very important area, right? And this goes back to your reputation. Because, actually, it's local service ads are too, and I'll show you here in a minute, right? But they show you reviews right there, front and center. So if you're not working on reviews right now, I highly, highly recommend that you do that, okay? But Google Maps is highly dependent on your proximity of where you are. So if your office, if you have an office, is on the outskirts of town, like most roofing companies, right? It's going to be the roofing companies that are closer to where people are searching that are going to win. So a lot of my clients, when they come to me, they've got, they don't have an office, right? They're working out of their home. And so they set up that Google Maps, that Google Business Profile. Google My Business is what it used to be called. It's now Google Business Profile. But they set it up as a service area business, okay? Google places way more emphasis on the actual offices. And they place way more emphasis on offices that are closer to the search. Okay, so I tell a lot of clients, I'm like, all right, go look for an office. Don't get a Regis or something like that. But get an actual office. Doesn't need to be huge. But look for it as close as you can get to your ideal customer where they live. Because that's where they're going to search. And it's going to give you way more. You're going to be way more likely to get someone to contact you if you're closer to where they are searching. Does that make sense? So we did this with a buddy of mine. He owns a roofing company up in Illinois, and they weren't getting leads. I looked at their marketing and said, well, you're a service area business. Why don't you set an office up, right? And so we did that, and he set it up as close as he could get to the bigger homes. Okay, guess what happened? He went from $15,000 jobs to $100,000 jobs. He was way more profitable. And he was closer to those, so he owned that subdivision. So that's my recommendation. Get an office. You may pay $1,000 a month for it, whatever. That's a drop in the bucket to what you can make if you're closer to your ideal customers. Organic, this is the normal search engine optimization area, quote unquote. This is what we all know as Google. When you do a search on Google, it shows you, your search results come back, okay? This is what I have been focused on for the past 20 plus years. This is what we have built software to help our clients get ranked on, okay? So the organic area is interesting. A lot of y'all, right, a lot of SEO companies even, they focus on the wrong keywords. They're focused on the most competitive keywords, roofing company, whatever area, right? Roofer, whatever area. There are a lot of keywords out there. Okay? We built a tool that helps our clients massively build out those pages, right? So when other companies start with 10 or 20 keywords, we start with 400 because we built software that helps us programmatically build out those landing pages that are keyword centric. So that's the way to dominate, is to get up to about 3 or 4,000 of those keywords that you are ranking on. Okay, all of the non-competitive ones, the ones that might get 1 or 2 searches a month. But guess what? If you've got 3,000 of those, you're going to have 3 or 4,000 visitors coming to your website. Versus trying to compete for the top 10 spots, which every search engine result page in the organic area, there are only 10 spots. In maps, there's only 3. Local service ads have gone back and forth, right? And right now, I'm currently seeing 2 spots, okay, depending on market. Google's always playing with their pages. Google Ads is typically 3 or 4. So when it comes down to it, you've got very few chances to actually get that search. But if you can dominate all 4 of those areas, okay, you have way more chance of getting leads into your business. Does that make sense? Okay, so this is the actual search engine result page. Yesterday morning, I did a search for a roofing company, and this is in Houston, right? So notice we've got local service ads, there's only 2 there. A couple weeks ago, there were 4, and they were side by side. Right now, in this search, you'll notice, I don't know if this has a pointer or not, but you'll notice that, right, we've got several different areas here, but look what's coming up. Your reviews are front and center right there. Look at this one, 900 reviews. How many people in this room have over 100 reviews on your Google business profile? Raise your hand. Okay, good. All right. If not, you need to start working on that because of this right here and because of this right here. Okay, that's your reputation. If your reputation is broken, nothing that you do in marketing is going to work. That's why it's the base pillar of the system. Okay, this is the maps area, this is the organic area. Notice here they've got pictures that are coming in. These are being pulled in from Google Business Profile. So this is your profile picture. Okay. If you haven't touched the Google Business Profile, by the way, in a year, it has massively changed. Okay, and they are placing way more emphasis on that. Right. That's what everyone knows is Google My Business. Okay. So, any questions on any of this so far? We're going to do a Q&A at the very end.
When you say that they prioritize actual offices, are they going to differentiate those separate community offices?
Mm-hmm.
So
they do. So stay away from the community offices. Yeah. So Regis, there's a couple of other ones out there. There's notorious for that, and Google will not verify your listing if you're in Regis. Okay. Okay. Next, be social. You know how many profiles that I go to out of those thousands of assessments, not audits, right, that we have done, that you go and look at their roofing company's Facebook page and they haven't updated it in 2 or 3 years. You know what happens when someone goes and researches you and that is the case? The first thing that goes through their mind is this company even in business anymore? That's the last thing that you want to happen, right? You want people to go, oh, these guys are on it. They're great. I want to hire them. You don't want, and that's how you become lead choice and not A choice, right? If they go there and they don't see any kind of pictures, they don't see anything on those profiles for the past 2 or 3 years, it's been neglected, right? Because y'all might have had someone that was doing that before, Now, it's not happening, right? The very last thing that you want going through people's minds is, are these guys even in business anymore? Okay? So, I've got Facebook, Instagram, X, that's Twitter, right? Everyone hopefully knows that by now. I have Twitter in there. I'm not a big, believer in Twitter as a social platform anymore. However, it's hooked directly into Google, right? Google results are pulling up Twitter feeds, right? So it just makes sense that if I do something, I'm going to do it on Twitter also, okay? YouTube, did y'all know that YouTube is actually the #2 search engine in the world? Right? I have it under social, but it's really a search engine. And it's on, again, that 1,000, every single one of these phones are installed with YouTube on it. What's installed on every TV nowadays? YouTube. What is everyone watching? YouTube. Right? So it makes sense that you should have a presence there. Video, if you don't have a video marketing strategy at this point, I would highly recommend that you do. Right? And some of the things that I'm going to go through here are very relevant of what you should be making your video content on. Again, going back to that $1,000, I keep saying this, $1,000 machine, right? Your iPhone, your Android, these take wonderful videos. Leverage it. Leverage this thing. This is a tool, right? All right, so what should you post? Well, first thing, leverage those reviews. We talked about that earlier, right? Get those reviews from Google Business Profile that you're getting. What we do for our clients is that we put them into Canva, right? Copy and paste those in there, make them into a nice branded template. Take that, download it, and upload it, schedule it in a scheduler into all of these platforms. Okay? Share those reviews. Leverage them as much as you possibly can. Job photos. I love job photos. Right? Job photos are awesome. Here's why. Androids and iPhones. Did you know that every time you take a picture, it embeds the location data inside of that picture? Did you know that? It's kind of creepy, but it does. Latitude and longitude are embedded in each one of those photos. So what do you think is going to happen when you post to your website, post those pictures to your website, and then post them to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all those places, right? Well, you're telling Google what your service area is when you do that. And the more that you do that, the more you're sending them signals of, hey, this is where we want to be ranked. Okay? Going back to that dominated Google, that's great. That's a great little tiny strategy that you can implement today. Every job, take a photo. Now, I like job photos also because it demonstrates that you have business, that you are constantly working, right? That you are trustworthy, that you do a great job. I like job photos that have the sign, your sign in the front and the house in the background. A couple reasons for that. One, it's branded for you. Okay? Looks great. Number two, it's really hard for your competition to go and steal that from your website. Okay? So it makes it harder for them to do that. And by the way, yes, post them out to Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, right? In every single job. Make that part of your process. Make that part of your system, your marketing system. 3, highlight your employees. Tell their stories. People love stories, right? But why are we not telling the stories of our employees? Jill just had a baby, right? Or we use Jack and Jill, I don't know. Jack just got married, right? Tell the stories of your people. One, it makes them more loyal to you. Number 2, people love stories. They're going to share those stories out. You're going to get more in front of more people because of that. So go ahead and do that. Do it using video. Do it using images, pictures, whatever, right? Just do it. The last thing to post on social media is blogs. If you have an SEO strategy, getting ranked on Google, part of that should be writing blogs about your industry, sharing your expertise, because that's what Google is all about, okay? And I call it spider food, because every time that you post a blog and post it up on social media channels, It's attracting the search engine spiders to your website. Okay? So what do the spiders eat? What do they consume? Text, right? So that's why I have a blog, right? So, but when you share that out on Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, it's also adding content, right? And showing your expertise in what you do on those social media channels. So when people go to research you while they're sitting at the dentist office, they come across that, and they see the stories, they see your expertise, they see your job photos, they see your testimonials, okay? And they say, hey, I want to hire these guys. These guys are B choice and not A choice, okay? All right, third pillar, sell people who bought from you before, right? These are cross-sells. These are going back to the well time and time and time again, okay? Roofing industry, again, I've interviewed thousands of y'all, okay? And the majority of roofing companies, what I see happen is that they're just so concentrated on the front end of everything, they are completely neglecting their back end of their sales, meaning that they are not going back and saying, hey, you know, it's been a year since we installed your roof, how's it going? Do we need to send someone back out there and inspect it? You know, there's been a hailstorm that came through. So how do you do this? For us, we do this, well, one, you do this with a phone call. It's a simple phone call that your receptionist, when she's sitting there, not much to do, have her call. Okay, call your database. Do good customer service, all right? But we also do it for our clients using email and text messages, okay? So how do you actually do this? Upsell and cross-sell campaigns. I love these things. So how many of y'all in this room sell only roofs? That's it, just roofs, right? A couple of y'all, okay? Rest of y'all, I assume, sell gutters and siding and windows and doors and solar and all sorts of other things, right? These kind of campaigns are exactly what you need to use in order to get back to those people, right? So, for instance, I've got a roofer out in Miami that we're working with right now. He's got a list of 10,000 of his past customers. That's a great list, right? This is a marketer's dream. So, we have put them into a cross-sell campaign that is going back to them. They just started solar, right? They have solar, you know, that they just added as a service, and so we're going back to that well for them, okay? This could easily double or triple your business like that. It's important. Retargeting ads. Have you ever gone to Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, whatever, looked at something, didn't buy it, and then you went to social media, right? On Facebook, you're scrolling through and you see that picture of that product. And you're like, oh man, I forgot to buy that, right? Or you go to ESPN or Fox or CNN.com. And you see that product. That's what's called retargeting. Okay? Retargeting is powerful. This is how you become omnipresent in your market. So when people go to your website and they don't buy from you, or even if they did buy from you, your ad will follow them around for a specific amount of time. We set it to the maximum for our clients, and that's 6 months that each platform will allow. So it's important to run those ads because you want to be the choice and not a choice. Okay? Lead nurturing. So, how many people here are staying here at the Marriott? Okay? Did you get emails from them when you first signed up? Right? You got the email, hey, thanks for getting the room and all that kind of stuff. Then a couple days out from you staying here, you got another email, right? That's called nurturing. How many of y'all are doing that in your business right now? None, right? So when a lead comes into your funnel, what this means is that there should be, what we do for our clients is we set up a welcome email and a welcome text message when they come into the sales funnel. When they fill out a form, when they contact you on Facebook ads, or Facebook, when they contact you via Google Business Profile, any which way that they do it, they're getting a welcome email from us, okay? Well, really from our clients. And the next step is, hey, we're going to be out there. We scheduled you for 4 p.m. on Friday. You know, plan for us to be out there. We're going to inspect your roof, all that kind of stuff. So those are nurturing campaigns. The other things that you can do, again, leverage those reviews, right? Send out an email with a couple of testimonials, right? Send out an email with those job photos, right? Leverage all of these things that you're doing in your business already, okay? Everything that we're talking about. The last thing, out of those 1,000 people that we talked to, 1,000 roofing companies that we've talked to in the past couple of years, not a single one is doing a monthly newsletter. Not a single one. Monthly newsletters are important. This keeps you top of mind with the people who purchased from you before. Okay? What do you put in a newsletter? Leverage those things that I've been talking about, right? Blogs, job photos, testimonials, and oh, by the way, put in there information about your referral program. Okay? Put in there information on how to let us know how we did, if that would be you. Okay? Leverage all of these things that we've been talking about here in that monthly newsletter. It's not hard once you build the system and you put it into place. You know that every month, at the end of the month, or at the beginning of the month, that you're going to be sending out a monthly newsletter. Put someone in charge of that in your organization. Okay? Last here is referrals. Again, most businesses are built off of referrals. But yet, when I ask roofing company owners, do you have a program? Yeah, we've got a program. Well, what is it? Oh, well, you know, sometimes I send this, and sometimes I do that. Okay, that's not a program, right? That's not a system. A systemized approach to this would be to say, for every customer that refers out someone that we then put a new roof on, we're going to send out, and this is what I like, a gift card for $250 to Texas Roadhouse, because you can feed a family $250 at Texas Roadhouse. Okay, that's a pretty good incentive for someone to refer business to you. Okay, number two, you can co-brand that gift card, meaning that you can put your logo on that Texas Roadhouse gift card. There are some markets that I talk with, like at the DC area, they don't have Texas Roadhouse. Can you believe that? Right? Or they have to drive like 100 miles to go to Texas Roadhouse. Okay, well, find someone close to you, to do the same thing, or send out at least a gift card. Okay, something to say thank you for the referral. Put it on your website. Send it out via email. Let them know in person. Let your employees know. Let your customers know. Let everybody know that you have a referral program, a systemized program. That if you refer business to us, you're going to get $250 in your pocket. Okay? Do it in person. Put it on your website. Formalize it. Send out campaigns via text message. Right? Put it in your monthly newsletter. Leverage all of these things. Build a system that does this. Make a machine out of it. Okay? And that's what this is. That's what I wrote my book on. Ultimate Guide. Some of y'all walked in, an author of the Ultimate Guide to Digital Marketing for Roofers. This is the exact blueprint of what I do for my clients. Right here. You can get it on Amazon. You go to our website, get it. But this is the system here, okay? Reputation, reach, resell, referral. Get something right in all of those. Get a lot of things right in some of those. But get something in every single pillar right, and especially reputation. Because if people don't trust you, they're not going to do business with you, right? And we can all agree on that, right? So, steps to take away from here. These are the steps. Fix your reputation. Reach more people today than knew about you yesterday. 3, resell to past customers. And number 4, get referrals. All right. Pull out that $1,000 machine. All right. Scan that QR code, and we're going to give you a free book because, well, I'm on a mission, right? I'm on a mission with God. But I'm on a mission to double the size of 100 roofing companies. This is one of the ways that I plan to do that, okay? And in the back of the book, there's a way to sign up for the resources. Writing a book is very hard, especially for marketing. Marketing moves at such a fast pace, right? Like for instance, how many of y'all are using AI in any of your processes right now? All right, a little bit. AI is AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. There's tons and tons of tools out there right now. Right? We've been researching it for the past 2 years, using other tools before ChatGPT came out, on how we can do things better and easier and faster for our clients. But we're also, cool part is that we're testing it in a sales process right now too, for ourselves, and then we're going to roll it out to our clients. Right? So,
How does that work?
What's that?
How does that work?
Well, so the vision is right now, this is really creepy, but we found a platform that will call people that sound like a human and can talk to them just like a human would. And it's indistinguishable.
How long is the gap between the response and?
It's very little from what we're seeing in our tests right now. And so our plan is to put that in between our clients in their marketing. Because our biggest problem, honestly, is that the smaller roofing companies, y'all are horrible at picking up the phone. Horrible. I had one roofer that picked up 1 out of every 10 phone calls. Others, I listen to the calls and they're like, yeah. It's not a way to answer the phone, man. You know, answer the phone professionally. So, anyways, use the QR code, download the book for free, read through it. Please use it. That's the exact system that I did a very high overview here on. And that's it. You don't have any questions?
How embedded is the GPS info in the picture? Let's say photograph the picture, I CRM, and then maybe say computer can upload it to.
So I wouldn't do that. I would do it directly from the phone to your computer to your website first.
Okay.
Okay. And do it from your computer to social media and schedule it out on social media. Okay.
So with different platforms, you can create a video, like say on TikTok.
Yeah.
And you can use that on Instagram or because whenever you do that, do you lose some of that location information, or does it maintain any?
So videos are a little bit different. Videos are a little bit different. They don't, to my knowledge, embed as much of the location data in. Okay. But I would think you lose a lot of that because if you're sharing it from TikTok, you've got TikTok's signature on
right.
Right? Versus if you natively put it into each platform, right, on the website, you would want to back everything. It's good to leverage things, but at the same time, if it's hurting you in the long run, what's the point? Okay. So, any other questions?
When you say you co-brand a gift card, is that physical gift card or digital or both? Is one better than the other?
I would send it out along with a thank you card.
Okay.
Right? And nobody does thank you cards. Nobody writes thank you cards. If you're not writing thank you cards, by the way, after your job, do it. It's so easy to do. And you can batch that, like every Friday, write 5 cards, 10 cards, whatever, however many, that you guys are doing. But a handwritten note card from the owner of the business goes a really long way for customer service. Okay? I do it with all of my clients. I go further. I actually send them a thank you basket, right? A thank you gift basket. So there's a place that I go to online, Mermaid Gift Baskets, I think, is the name of it.
What was the name?
Look for gourmetgiftbaskets.com, and just fill out their information, order one of those, and send it on out. Any other questions?
I have more of a statement.
Okay.
I thought it was a marketing genius. I'm from the Austin area. We have a lot of work right now.
Mhm.
And I was going through the community where we first started back in 2008. There's a lot of, I'm going to use the word Asians. And so there was two Vietnamese ladies walking, and they were speaking their language. One of them didn't speak no English. So I stopped by and I told them there's enough work for everyone here.
Yeah.
First of all. And then I asked them on the question, are you doing okay? And she said, no, English. And so that was, so that's, to me, that was a very genius marketing tactic.
Yeah.
Also in that area, the scariest thing ever happened to me as a roofer since 2008. My background's home building. I'm home builder by background. And I started the company in 2008. And this man climbed to check this roof. He climbed on the tree barefooted and got up on the roof and checked it. That was amazing. I never seen anyone do this
Yeah.
before. The scariest thing is we had visited his home. He agreed to redo his roof. We visited his daughter's home also at the same time. Can maybe go look it up in the same neighborhood, very upscale neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we visited his daughter's home. Did not use the okay to do his daughter's roof. Well, that morning, when he called to the house, his daughter answered when he called his home. And his daughter said, yes, they're here doing the roof. And he thought that we were at his daughter's home doing the roof, not his home. Well, he called me. All I could hear was couldn't speak very much good English. He was saying, long roof. You want long roof? That's what I wrote it down. That wasn't, it was funny. It was funny now, but it wasn't funny back then when we just first started losing company.
Right.
We got your owners telling you you don't go long roof. Long roof. I'm shaking. Told the crew to stop. That ended up, I was over right there.
All right, well, if y'all have any questions for me, feel free to catch me out in the hallways. I'll be here all day. And that's it.